Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the one and only Allied Rivals podcast once again, bringing you the NBA predictions of the entire playoffs. Last night, if you didn't see, we talked about the play-in tournament, which we had a couple of crazy games. We're going to be talking about one of those teams a little later today. And then also we covered the Bucks Bulls preview as well. Right here, we got our Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks preview. Absolutely great matchup. There's a little bit of stuff going on before what we normally do here is we'll break down the team. So Cade takes one, I take another one. That's how it typically works. But real quick, before we even get into that, Cade, what do the Mavs do if Luka isn't healthy? For those of you who didn't know, he's getting evaluated right now with what's looking like an MCL sprain. Best case scenario. We're not sure exactly the extent of the injury, how long he might be out, anything. Kate, what does this do to the Mavs without Luka?
This is really hard because didn't they just trade away Porzingis like a couple months ago?
Yeah, they did.
So that's a big deal. I mean, obviously they didn't know this was going to happen, but it's going to be tough for the Mavs. I mean, Luka's going to be out anywhere from 3 days to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantee. He might play every game this series. There's no guarantee he's going to play any of the games. If he's not playing, it's going to be really hard for the Mavs to win without Luka.
Yeah, and he is definitely like hard carrying. Not hard carrying. The Mavs have a pretty solid team, but he's the driving force behind that entire offense. Like, for sure. No doubt, for sure. And I know I wasn't as against the Porzingis trade as you were. I think it definitely fixed so many of their spacing issues that they were having. Now with Spencer Dinwiddie instead, even if he may not be as prolific as a shooter every single night as Porzingis is, A, he's healthier. And B, it provides more spacing on the floor because Porzingis and Luka are two really similar players where they're either going to the bucket or they're sitting at the three-point line. So I think even without Luka, they'll be able to definitely put up points in some games, but they're going to need him, I think, if they really want to win this series. So, Cade, how about you break down the Mavericks for us? What can they do to take down the Utah Jazz?
I mean, I kind of just said it's just going to be really hard for them to take down the Jazz if they don't have Luka. I mean, I think if he's out the entire series, they won't win. If he's out 2 games or something, I think they have a chance since the first 2 games are home games. I don't know, maybe the rest of the Mavs will play really well at home against the Jazz. But they're really going to have to turn up the offense because the Jazz are a really good defensive team. With Rudy Gobert as the core, and I mean he's been the defensive player like 3 of the last 4 years.
3 times he's up for a 4th,
And I mean he's just a crazy kind of guy, and it's a really good team. I think Mike Conley is healthy, right? So I think that's a big plus. Of course, with the Mavs, you obviously got Tim Hardaway Jr. out since it's been a few months with a foot injury, but this is really going to be a big man game. Like, how well can Boban play? Because he's going to have to find a way to stop Rudy Gobert on offense. I don't think there's any way you're going to demolish him while he's on defense. But the Mavs are going to have to play some really tight team offense.
Yeah, for sure. Especially without Luka, it's gonna be really, really tough. Literally, everybody's gonna have to step up. I think Spencer. This could be like, we might have to bring back bubble Spencer Dinwiddie, right? Just bring back Mr. 25 points a game. That's who they're gonna need. But I think on the other side, for the Utah Jazz, they're gonna have a hard time stopping him. And look, I know Rudy Gobert is great, but he and Luka have had this kind of like give and take whenever they play each other. Neither one of them is absolutely dominating over the other. Gobert's going to have his stops against Luka, and Luka's going to hit some bombs over Rudy as well. And if he's coming out because he's your best defender, we all know that to guard Luka, that opens up the entire rest of the offense for them as well. So for the Jazz, I think it's a lot about spacing the floor, getting the ball away from Gobert, whether it's having Luka setting screens off of him, being able to roll out, because we know Luka loves playing. We know Luka loves pick and roll. No, I'm kidding. We know that he'll be able to play off of Rudy Gobert for sure, get his teammates involved, and it'll work. But for the Utah Jazz, this is a team that surprisingly I didn't even recognize this, like it didn't qualify in my brain. The Jazz have the number 1 offense in the league in terms of offensive rating. They're 7th in points per game and number 1 in the NBA in offensive rating, which is insane. What else that means? They're efficient and they're smart. They're top 10 in defense and they're top 10 in offense at the same time. Mike Conley, he may be getting up there in age, but he ain't slowing down. He'll still drop 25 a night if he needs to. He's one of my favorite players. Donovan Mitchell, we all know playoff Donovan Mitchell is just a complete different beast than regular season Donovan Mitchell. They are not the same. They are on 2 different levels. And so now that we're getting into predictions time, I'm going to say it's going to be the Jazz in 6, especially if Luka isn't healthy. Especially if Luka isn't ready to go, he's super questionable. We don't even know. There's no probability of him being back. So as of right now, I'm saying the Jazz are going to be able to take it because they can get buckets. They're efficient on offense. And they can play great defense. They haven't looked as good down the stretch, but I'm going to go with Utah.
All right. I'm going to go with the Mavericks in 6 on the flip of that. And it's just going to be really tight. I mean, if Luka doesn't play, then I don't think they win. But I'm guessing he's not going to miss more than 2 games. I'm guessing he'll miss 1, maybe 2 games.
Right.
And those would both be home. Hopefully they can take 1 at home, steal 1 on the road.
That's fair.
I think it's going to be in 6. I think the Mavs will take this one. But, man, Boban is going to have to be a big man because he's playing another big man, which he doesn't always play.
Yeah.
Another guy that's 7'4". Like, what is this, man? This is like
he might as well just be 10-10 with a 50-foot wingspan. I mean, honestly,
are you like? Is this like one? Like, are these the only 2 centers in the league 7'4" and they're playing each other? That's kind of cool.
I think so.
And
Something like that.
This is a big team, and the Mavs would have been bigger. They'd had Porzingis.
We're just missing Taco Fall. Taco Fall, and we'd have the ultimate big man matchup. But anyway, thank you guys so much for checking this out. Game 1 is this Saturday between the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks. That's going to be game 1. We're going to keep coming out with all of these throughout the entire NBA playoffs to break it down. We'll get longer as the series progresses, go more in depth and just little updates on what you need to know. We're going to go film another episode. Be sure to check out the playlist that is currently up on the channel as well. And be sure to subscribe because we got an NFL free agency mega episode coming out. We're going to have our NBA awards and all NBA teams for the first year. Finally, we're going to get that done. And I know you guys are going to definitely want to be subscribed for more. Kate, got anything else you want to say?
See ya.
All right. See you next time.